Following the declaration of an Ebola outbreak in the country, President Museveni directed that all public functions be held virtually as part of efforts to prevent the spread of the disease. The first event affected by the directive was the recently concluded Uganda Matters Day celebrations, which traditionally attract thousands of pilgrims to Namugongo. Today, the Heroes' Day celebrations were held virtually from Nakasero State Lodge in Kampala. Among those in attendance were select religious leaders, including Paul Ssemogerere, the Archbishop of Kampala Diocese, the Deputy Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa, Vice President Jessica Lupo, Chief Justice Flavian Zeija, Prime Minister Robin Anabanja, the Inspector General of Police Abbasbia Kagaba, and a few cabinet ministers. During the virtual celebrations, the Minister of State for Luweero Triangle and Rwenzori Regional Affairs, Aris Karamzi Kaboyo, highlighted achievements registered by her ministry. She said government grants had supported 250 income-generating enterprises, funded the construction of classroom blocks in several schools across the country, and enabled the payment of a 5-million-shilling gratuity to more than 1,000 veterans, although some beneficiaries are yet to receive their payments.
The ministry will continue to pay akasimo to all verified civilians, veterans, as a recognition of their patriotic contribution.
Despite these efforts, many veterans continue to live in poor housing conditions. Kaboyo noted that a housing improvement program has commenced, with 16 houses already allocated to veterans, although additional funding is required.
250 income-generating enterprises have so far been supported with grants through the micro-projects. Given the meager resources at hand, I deemed it wise to enter into partnership with NEC to construct low-cost houses for our people. We have so far in total constructed 16 houses.
She revealed that a 60-acre piece of land in Migadde-Matuga has been identified for the construction of a museum to preserve and showcase Uganda's liberation heritage, and called upon government to support the project.
Your Excellency, I seek your approval and support to facilitate the acquisition of this land to enable us to collect, document, preserve, and showcase the rich history of our liberation heritage and national history for the benefit of the current and future generations.
While addressing the nation, President Museveni assured veterans that the museum project would be supported by the government.
That one we shall buy that land in Migadde, because where you are saying is opposite where we had a camp. We had a camp on the left, but the land you are talking about is on the right as you face Guru. So we shall buy it and build a museum there.
The president, however, questioned how more than 231 billion shillings allocated for veterans' gratuities had been utilized, and called for a meeting to audit the entire process. During the meeting, which is expected to take place in August, Museveni directed General Salim Saleh, the head of Operation Wealth Creation, to provide accountability regarding veterans who received seedlings when the program was launched in 2013.
Obuwumbi 231 bwalaga ku address ki bwalagawa. So I will get Saleh's list. Saleh should be in that meeting.
Museveni added that his current focus is on seed multiplication to increase the availability of quality seedlings for veterans and other farmers in order to boost agriculture productivity.
I have got my government land in Kaumu. I will now use Kaumu to produce seedlings and give again.
According to the president, a number of liberation fighters lost their lives on this day during the guerrilla war, making the occasion historically significant. The objectives of the liberation struggle included security, education, democracy, health services, and infrastructure development. President Museveni also noted that veterans were supposed to receive medical treatment through the Grade B hospital in Entebbe. However, the arrangement has not been fully implemented over the years. He called upon the relevant authorities to address the matter with urgency.
When the veterans are sick, I treat them. But I treat them in Nakasero, government, private hospitals, too much money. So I said, why don't we use Entebbe Hospital to treat these veterans? But it seems I have not followed it up. Should we follow it up and we stop squandering money in private hospitals?
However, FDC party president Patrick Oboya Moriat says the most authentic way to honor the nation is through transparent governance and improvement of the standard of living for all Ugandans.
But when you see the so-called heroes, you know, their performance in the last 40 years, they have performed even worse than the regime that they sought to remove. And so there's really nothing to celebrate, because we see violation of rights of the people in Uganda. The rule of law is not respected. Human rights of our people have been, you know, played around with. There have been abductions, even of leaders. You know, and really doesn't matter whether you are in the opposition or not in the opposition.
Beka Senyonga Mninde, NTV Tonight.